Hi readers, me here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my weekend books. So usually this posts on Monday, but Monday was Memorial Day and so I did something different to post on Monday. But in the spirit of that, I will start off telling you about the first book that I purchased this week, and that is Ware by Sebastian Junger. In Ware, over 15 months, Sebastian Junger followed a single platoon based at a remote Afghan outpost. His objective, to convey what soldiers experience, what war actually feels like. In this book, he describes things that few civilians will ever go through: the numbing anticipation of battle, the automatic risks soldiers take during combat to protect their brothers, the adrenaline-fueled confusion of being ambushed. Throughout, Junger draws on biology, psychology, and military history to explain the decisions they make and put their ordeals in context. The result is an acutely observed and heartfelt depiction of something young men have lived for millennia, and that remains, even today, the ultimate test of character. So I found out about this author on Twitter, I think, and so I'm looking forward to reading this, and I'll let you know what I think about it. Next up, also found out about on Twitter, I am very susceptible to buying books that people promote online, and that is Maggie O'Farrell's Hamnet. I don't have it here, but I have this huge book of Shakespeare's plays. In college, I took several classes on Shakespeare. I had an excellent teacher, and as a result, I learned to love his work. So this one is, I guess, a fictionalized account of the Bard. England, 1580. The Black Death creeps across the land, an ominous threat, infecting the healthy, the sick, the old, and the young alike. The end of days is near, but life always goes on. A young Latin tutor, penniless and bullied by a violent father, falls in love with an extraordinary, eccentric young woman. Agnes is a wild creature who walks her family's land with a falcon on her glove. Oh, I love falconry. And is known throughout the countryside for her unusual gifts as a healer, understanding plants and potions better than she does people. Once she settles with her husband on Henley Street in Stratford-upon-Avon, she becomes a fiercely protective mother and a steadfast centrifugal force in the life of her young husband, whose career on the London stage is just taking off when his beloved young son succumbs to sudden fever. This is going to be a June read, I think, because I'm winding down May's reads. Next up, my friend Dina was reading this one on Goodreads, The Taken Ones. It's a Steinbeck and Reed thriller. I typically don't do any detective novels anymore, not for the long haul, but this seemed like a good one. Also set in the 80s, which I love. Summer 1980. Despite the local superstition that the Bendy Man haunts the woods, 3 girls go into a Minnesota forest. Only one comes out. Dead silent. Memory gone. No trace of her friends. The mystery of the Taken Ones captures the nation. Summer 2022. Cold case detective Van Reed and forensic scientist Harry Steinbeck are assigned a disturbing homicide. A woman buried alive, clutching a heart-charmed necklace belonging to one of the vanished girls. Van follows her gut. Harry trusts in facts. Their common ground is the need to catch a killer before he kills again. They have something else in common. Each has ties to the original case in ways they're reluctant to share. As Van and Harry connect the crimes of the past and the present, Van struggles with memories of her own nightmarish childhood, and the fear that uncovering the truth of the Taken Ones will lead her down a path from which she, too, may never return. I might read this next. I need something a little dark. Put that there. June 16th is my mother's birthday. She passed away 14 years ago, and I'd planned to, and still may, do a memorial post featuring John Grisham. John Grisham has a new novel coming out this last week, I think, maybe this week. I've not read anything by him for decades, but I thought I'd give Camino Island a try. We'll see how it feels. A gang of thieves stage a daring heist from a vault deep below Princeton University's Firestone Library. Their loot is priceless, impossible to resist. Bruce Cable owns a popular bookstore in the sleepy resort town of Santa Rosa on Camino Island in Florida. He makes his real money, though, as a prominent dealer in rare books. Very few people know that he occasionally dabbles in unsavory ventures. Mercer Mann is a young novelist with a severe case of writer's block who has recently been laid off from her teaching position. She is approached by an elegant, mysterious woman working for an even more mysterious company. A generous monetary offer convinces Mercer to go undercover and infiltrate Cable's circle of literary friends to get close to the ringleader to discover his secrets. But soon, Mercer learns far too much, and there's trouble in paradise, as only John Grisham can deliver it. We'll see. We'll see. Next up, it was Goodreads again. One of the authors that I follow was reading Penance by Kanae Minato, and she didn't really like the whole of the book. She liked the beginning and the end, but I'm going to give it a try at some point. One afternoon, 5 girls encounter a mysterious stranger at the neighborhood park. The stranger tricks Sei, Maki, Akiko, and Yuko into leaving their friend Emily alone with him. Then the unthinkable occurs. Hours later, Emily is found dead. The case goes unsolved. Blaming the surviving girls, Emily's mother curses them, swearing that they will pay the price for her daughter's murder. As the 15th anniversary of Emily's death approaches, the women, now grown, will revisit that fateful day, tracing its effects on the rest of their lives. So, I'm going to give it a shot. Not sure when, though. Next up was an impulse buy, mostly for the cover and the illustrations on the book and these edges. I usually don't read sci-fi, but Heavenbreaker by Sara Wolf may change that. Look at those sides. Aren't they gorgeous? And the inner cover, really gorgeous. The Duke of the powerful House Hauteclair is the first to die, with my dagger in his back. He didn't see it coming, didn't anticipate the bastard daughter who was supposed to die with her mother, on his order. He should have left us with the rest of the station's starving commoner rubbish. Now that there's nothing left, just icy white rage and a need to make House Hauteclair pay, every damn one of them. Even if it means riding Heavenbreaker, one of the few enormous machines left over from the war, and jousting against the fiercest nobles in the system. Each win means another one of my enemies dies, and here, in the cold terror of space, the machine and I move as one, intent on destroying the adversary, even if it's someone I care about, even if it's someone I'm falling for. Only, I'm not alone. Not anymore. Because there's something in the machine with me. Something horrifying. Something more. And it won't be stopped. This sounds fascinating. So, again, don't really do sci-fi or stuff out in space. But this could change that. And this seems like it might have a little horror in it, too. Okay, 2 more books to go. One of them, this author used to be an auto-buy for me, but I did not read her last book. Again, it was the subject matter, and I still could pick it up one day. But that author is Ruth Ware, One Perfect Couple. This is about a reality series, and I love books based on reality series. Lila is in a bit of a rut. Her postdoctoral research has fizzled out. She's pretty sure they won't extend her contract, and things with her boyfriend, Nico, an aspiring actor, aren't going great. When the opportunity arises for Nico to join the cast of a new reality TV show, One Perfect Couple, she decides to try out with him. A whirlwind audition process later, Lila finds herself whisked off to a tropical paradise with Nico, boating through the Indian Ocean toward Ever After Island, where the two of them will compete against 4 other couples, Bayer and Angel, Dan and Santana, Joel and Romy, and Connor and Zana, in order to win a cash prize. But not long after they arrive on the deserted island, things start to go wrong. After the first challenge leaves everyone rattled and angry, an overnight storm takes matters from bad to worse. Cut off from the mainland by miles of ocean, deprived of their phones, and unable to contact the crew that brought them there, the group must band together for survival. As tensions run high and fresh water runs low, Lila finds that this TV show is all too real, and the stakes are life or death. I might read this one next, too. I don't know. It's so much to choose from. Okay. Next up is nonfiction, and that is Philippa Gregory's Normal Women, 900 Years of Making History. And I bought this specifically. I don't even know where I heard about this, but I bought this specifically because it has sections. Part 3, 1455 to 1485, Women at War. And there are also, within other 1928 to 1945, Women at War. I think there's another thing, but I really just thought this would be interesting. I specifically bought it for the war periods. And I'll let you know what I think about it, but it will probably be much later in the year before I read this. I've got one that I'm working on right now called Soldiers Don't Go Mad, and then I think I'm doing an Afghanistan book after that. Not sure. Anywho, that is all for me. I hope you had a good weekend books, and happy reading!